Welcome back, everybody. This is Mike over at Triple D, and today we are back with another resort room tour. Today we are actually staying over at Pop Century Resort. We are staying in the 50 section, so I'll give you a little view of kind of where our room is. Don't mind all of our luggage piled up out here. We're kind of unloading the car, trying to get checked in. But we're in the 50 section. We've stayed here one time before in the 90s section about 2.5 years ago. But we thought we'd do a room tour, show you a little video of that. So let's go inside and let's check it out. Okay, if you're curious, we're in room 3466. If you ever stay here, let us know. And in we go. All right, here we are. I'm going to step back and show you what the room looks like as a whole. These rooms were refurbished, I believe it was 2.5, almost 3 years ago now. I want to say that's the time frame. We stayed in them in the spring of 2018, maybe it's 2019. The years start to run together, and they had just finished the refurb back then. So what you'll find is one queen bed there, and I'll show you here in a minute. This is a desk, but it's also a Murphy bed, so it will pull down, and you can sleep on it, and it's a queen size bed, so that's great for Anna, Elsa, Carl, and I. One of the things that we really do like is, you can kind of see here, because it's a renovated room, you've got tons of electrical outlets and outlets with the USB chargers. So if you forget your charging brick, you can charge with just a quick cable. So real quick over here on the right, so you can kind of see a little coffee bar area, ice bucket, and then you've got a small refrigerator down here that will hold a few drinks here and there. Certainly not anything you'll find at one of the larger resort rooms, but it holds enough. And you kind of come in, and I love I don't know if it's a lithograph, if that's what you call it. It's very, I don't know, Andy Warhol painting-ish, I guess is what I would characterize it as, but of Mickey. I believe our room in the 90s section had that same kind of art above the bed as well. So I don't know if it's kind of standard at Pop Century or if we just keep getting the same stuff, but it's really nice nonetheless. Reasonably spacious room for, a value resort, which is what Pop Century is. Much like all the refurbished rooms around, I'll just point out down below the bed, you can see lots of room for storing your empty luggage if you empty them out and put them into the dressers and storage that you'll find right here. Find a nice sized TV on the wall mounted to it. You can see the remote control there coming wrapped in cellophane and their COVID kind of protocols. And here, this is where you'll find the safe right here if you want to store any of your valuables. You've got an extra pillow right here. I will say the extra pillows on the bed are partly for the Murphy bed that pulls down. They're not all for you, because that would be a lot of pillows. If I was sleeping with them, I'd be hanging off the bed. Okay, here's a view kind of looking back from the corner of the room back towards the front. So you can see there is one window. You can close the curtains if you want to for privacy, which we usually do in the evenings. But this is kind of what the room looks like. So let's talk about the Murphy bed. So I'll show you how it works. So the first thing you'll have to do is get the chairs out of the way, which I'm doing here just to kind of move simply. And it's just me right now. The girls are kind of waiting for me to get the video done. So you'll notice if I pull on this handle here, the bed comes down with not a whole lot of struggle. And hey, what do you know? Look who we got. We got Pluto up above the bed, and I'm looking for a switch. Oh yeah, there's the switch. You have Pluto dreaming of bones in his dog bowl. Love the art that always goes around here. Seems to be kind of the norm these days with these renovated rooms. A lot of the value resorts are going to this exact kind of style and layout. We found the same thing over at All-Star Movies when we stayed there last Christmas. So we actually have a room tour of that. I'll post it up in the comments here if you want to look at the All-Star Movies resort room tour that we did. All right, here's a little bit of a wider shot to show you kind of what the room looks like when you've got the Murphy bed pulled down. So it is also a queen bed. So still lots of room. Like I said, we sleep Anna and Elsa in here, and then Carla and I sleep in the regular bed. The room between the beds isn't a ton. It's got about maybe 1.5 feet, give or take. So it's not overly spacious when you're there, but if you're only pulling the bed down when you're sleeping, then it should be just fine. And now let's go to the bathroom. So one thing before we go into the bathroom I did want to point out is the pull door. So we found these really helpful. So it's not the curtain that a lot of the older kind of non-refurbished rooms carry, which provides the girls a little bit more privacy when they're getting ready in the mornings, which I think they appreciate. I know I appreciate it. It's a lot better than the curtain kind of, as they're getting older, privacy is becoming more important to them. So I think that's a good change by Disney. Now here in the actual powder part of the bathroom, so you can see, unfortunately, as a value resort, it only has one sink, but that's not, the end of the world. It's a good size sink. Lots of counter space, which we greatly appreciate, and lots of storage room. So between the area underneath the beds for suitcases, and then they pulled out the entire closet, or at least half of the closet, and replaced it with this little half section, which frankly is usually more than enough for us. And then you have counter space, you have storage here, you have the hair dryer hiding up in there, an iron hiding up in there. You got more room up here on the shelves, storage space down below. Again, there's just cabinets everywhere for you to put stuff. Now there's no drawers, so you can't hide anything in there, but lots of room, which makes up a little bit for the lack of an extra sink. We generally like that for our family. And then in the bathroom, you have a single commode, and then the shower, which has, again, not a curtain, but an actual solid door, which we appreciated. Anna's a little sloppy with her curtain usage as an 8-year-old. But you can see you have the little rainfall shower plus the option for the jetted shower on the shower head. So that works well for us. The other thing I'd point out is the pull-out doors that you find here. So if you want to have someone who is using the shower or whatever, they can come in here and use the sink as someone else, and they don't kind of get in each other's way. So it works out fairly well in that regard. So I think that about wraps it up. Like I said, these rooms were renovated a couple of years ago. They look great, show great, and for the price, they work really well for people looking for a much more affordable set of accommodations here. And plus, you get the benefit that the Pop Century Resort is on the Skyliner, so that helps you out a lot. So with that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this room tour up. Hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did, give it a like. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. We put out content like this every week, or at least we try to. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments section below. We answer questions and comments all the time. We're not like some of the bigger channels. We've got time to come in and respond, and we try to engage with everyone as much as possible. So if you have any questions about the room, the resort, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and we will, we'll get back to you. We appreciate it, and we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.